Oh, that's a good intro. I like that music.
Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Now about time for some Sundance shorts. I have in studio with me the writer and director of Gregory Go Boom. It's quite the title. I have with me Janiska Bravo. How are you this morning, Janiska?
I'm good. I'm very, very good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. We're excited to have you here to give us an overview of what this film is about. Like I said earlier, I was able to actually catch a couple of clips from it myself. Very intriguing, the kind of your whole approach to this subject, which we will get into. So first of all, what is Gregory Go Boom all about?
Gregory Go Boom is about a paraplegic man, played by Michael Cera, who leaves home to be on his own for the first time. It follows a person who is dismissed because of their disability. It's fun, it's very dark, and also very funny.
As I heard someone comment saying, this is like a really dark Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes, people have said that, yeah.
And I can totally see that. And in regards to the themes that you address in this short, I mean, one being kind of the perspective of one being wheelchair bound. Why did you choose to approach that subject, and what are you hoping the audience gets out of it?
For me, the fact that he's in a wheelchair is sort of tertiary. It's about really a person. He happens to be in that place because I feel there are perceptions about this kind of person, what they'll be like, how to treat them. And for me, the story sort of evolved from, like, a couple of years ago, I'd been out to dinner with my boyfriend and his uncle, and there was a paraplegic man next to us who kept looking at his watch. He seemed to be waiting for someone. About 20 minutes later, this woman shows up, and when she walks in, she looks at him with this face of sort of shock, and she sits down and she says, "I can't be here that long," and then she leaves and goes on a phone call. And I'm so intrigued by them that I follow her out and I listen to her phone call, and they'd been set up on a blind date, and she was really
quite
upset.
daring.
Oh,
this is juicy.
Yeah, I was like, I'm very
going on
enthralled by people around me all the time. And
I better watch out.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, what's going on?
Me.
What's happening?
I'm just kidding. But what did you do after you kind of
well,
came
then
upon
I sort of, like, my heart sunk, that they'd been set up on this blind date, and she was really disappointed and was very upset. And I came back in, and I just was like, oh, I just want to, like, tell him it's going to be fine. And then she comes back, and then these 2 glasses of champagne show up, and they proceed to have a great time. And she doesn't end up leaving, and they stay. And I was sort of interested in this kind of dynamic where you would treat a person poorly because of their limitation, and what that does, if you actually gave somebody a chance that they might be more than you assume. And so, yeah, I was kind of interested in that, and I wanted to write something with that kind of a protagonist, because you don't see that person a lot. And just treat him like a person. Like, the fact that he was paraplegic was not foremost, he was really a person, and then he happens to be that way, Your disability isn't who you are.
Exactly.
So,
and I love that that's what you said, that's more a tertiary thing. It's not what it's about. And that's what was so impactful to me, is that you see someone who is dealing with that, but they have the same awkwardness that we might go through.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
he's been living with it, so it's not the front runner for him. His feelings, his desire, wanting to be with somebody, wanting to be on his own, that's what matters, which is natural for all of us. That's what we all want. We want to be with somebody, we want to leave home, and very natural desire.
Before we go to the trailer, I want you to share a little bit of why was Michael Cera such a good fit for this, and how did that collaboration come about?
Michael saw my first short and really loved it. It's called Eat. It played at South by Southwest a couple of years ago, and we had met before that, and he loved it, and we sort of talked about working on something together. And then this company about a year ago started called Jash, which is under the Google YouTube umbrella. They produce comedy shorts. It's curated by Michael Cera, Sarah Silverman, Reggie Watts, and this duo called Tim and Eric. And they were just launching, and they wanted to make something different. And I had met with them, I told them about my short. They were like, maybe Michael wants to play this part, and I was like, I don't see why, it's very strange. And he read the script and loved it, and lucky me. I mean, a year ago, around this time, we made the film, and I am so excited because I get to be here.
Very cool. We are excited to have you here in studio. As promised, here is the trailer of Gregory Goes Boom. Gregory Go Boom. You have to go to the short to find out what happens and get your own take on it. So last thing, why the title? Did that come before or after the film was created?
It came first. I'm sorry. I'm like.
Oh, you're fine.
It came first. The title comes from this French movie by Truffaut called Small Change or Pocket Change or Pocket Money. And there's this scene in which this little boy, he's coming home with his mother. He's got a large baguette. It's like bigger than him. And he's rolling it up a flight of stairs. And he keeps saying, his name's Gregory, and he keeps saying, Gregory Go Boom. And then he ends up falling out of a window, but he doesn't die. It like is like fun, and it's sort of like a cheerful moment. But there's so much drama in the moment, and you're totally tense and really terrified.
I can see how that transfers to this. Very good. So you
exactly.
can check it out here during Sundance. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you so
Pleasure
much.
to have you here
Thank you.
in studio. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. And we do Lilting is coming up, and more music from Ryan Ennis.